What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's White Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're here with year one of the Madden 22 Detroit Lions realistic rebuild. This is as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. I ain't gonna say it no more, but this is as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. Coming off of that Jets rebuild, I wouldn't say it was a bad rebuild. Just in the end, we did not come out with another ring on my finger, with another Super Bowl championship. So, been kind of on the drought, and now we're control of the team that's, hell, seems like they've been in a drought forever. D-Town, Detroit Lions, seems like they're cursed. But I think with Dan Campbell here as a head coach, I really like Dan Campbell. I think he's a passionate coach. I love the type of culture that he's bringing to the team, and I definitely want to try to win one with Dan Campbell. I'm a fan of him. He's called some crazy-ass plays in real life last season, but I am a fan of Dan Campbell. But with Dan Campbell here, Madden 22, and let me just show y'all this real quick. When you go to the schemes, and this is kind of confusing because it doesn't make any sense. For the defensive scheme, it says 3-4 under, right? And that's what they ran in real life this past season. But then when you go to the playbook, it says this playbook is based on a 4-3 scheme. And the type of personnel that they have on their roster on the defensive side, it does make more sense for a 4-3 scheme. And I think they're going to 4-3 in real life anyway. So I'm going to rock with the 3-4 under for this season because it is year one. And then next season, we're going to transition to that 4-3 scheme. But, you know, I've always rooted for the Lions, man. You know, they're not my team, but I've always rooted for them, especially when they had Megatron. I bet y'all don't remember Joey Harrington at quarterback. You got Dan Orlovsky, you know, who's on NFL Live now and First Take, but Dan, of course, and Matthew Stafford's. But I used to root for them when they had Megatron. But let's waste no more time, man. Let's go ahead and meet the roster before the preseason starts, as this is probably one of the worst teams in the league, as they have the number 2 overall pick. It seems like they're always picking in that top 5. But Jared Goff at quarterback, who they traded for with the Matthew Stafford trade. Now, I do think the Lions need to end up getting their franchise quarterback of the future. Obviously, they couldn't do that in this past draft because the quarterback draft class was weak. But in this rebuild, with Jared Goff, he took the Rams to a Super Bowl against the Patriots, where they lost. It was like a low-scoring 13-3, I can't remember. One of the most boring Super Bowls I've ever experienced. But I think if you build a team around Jared Goff, I think you could possibly get back to another Super Bowl. I know his contract. Let's check out his contract real quick. Still got 4 years remaining. So, honestly, I think I'm going to try to build a good enough team around Jared Goff these first 2 seasons. And if he isn't performing, yeah, we'll go ahead and get our franchise quarterback. Hell, we might get one in the draft this offseason. But I think I want to rock with Jared Goff for a couple of seasons just to see if he can do what he did on the Rams, you know. And I don't know. But we're probably going to most likely have to get our franchise quarterback. Got Tim Boyle down here and David Blau. DeAndre Swift at running back, second-year running back out of Georgia. You got Jamal Williams, the former Packer. Nice power back option there. And you just got a couple of guys down here. You got Jamar Jefferson, who they took in the draft. And then fullback, Jason Kabinda. I think they extended him in real life. But y'all know I love drafting my fullbacks, especially when you're starting fullback as a 65. Overall, fullbacks get no love no more. But, you know, special teams matter to me, and fullbacks matter. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had a great rookie season in real life. I think he can definitely be like a wide receiver 1, maybe wide receiver 2 for us. Maybe even wide receiver 3, depending, you know. I know they got Jameson Williams in real life. They signed DJ Chark to a 1-year deal. They got Quintez Cephas here, Josh Reynolds, who played with Jared Goff with the Rams, so there's kind of a connection there. Khalif Raymond, Kadero Hodge, so just a bunch of guys down there. But I definitely want to try to build around. I like Quintez Cephas. I like, you know, what he did in the rookie season. I like Amon-Ra St. Brown. And if we do decide to bring in like a DJ Chark or draft a receiver because they drafted Jameson Williams, we should have our, you know, wide receiver. We should have all 3 wide receivers, young receivers of the future. TJ Hockenson, one of my favorite tight ends in the league. When I was doing the little fantasy draft, seems like every year I'm like, I'm going to do fantasy draft. I start it, and then I give up on it. I don't really do it. I usually like to do the FanDuel, Pick'ems, you know, that type of stuff. But TJ Hockenson was one of the guys that I drafted in the fantasy draft thing, as I thought he had a breakout season, I think, in real life. but he's definitely one of my favorite tight ends. Reminds me a lot of like a baby Gronk. They got Hunter Bryant there. Taylor Decker, left tackle, underrated. That star dev. Got Jonah Jackson, second-year guard out of Ohio State, also with a star dev. You got Frank Ragnow, one of the best centers in the league. I think the O-line is very underrated. You got Big V, who, that contract, I probably personally wouldn't have gave him that, but he's solid, I guess. He's okay. But we could upgrade that position. And then right tackle, Penei Sewell, who was their first round pick this past draft out of Oregon. So really the O-line is very underrated group on this team. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, if he can develop, Frank Ragnow, one of the best centers in the league, Big V is just solid. And then Penei Sewell, that's good enough to protect Jared Goff or whoever our future quarterback of the future may be. Then left end, got Nick Williams, Levi Onwuzurike, who I'm probably going to start over Nick Williams. And this is where we get to the personnel shit I was talking about. Y'all see here in a few moments. Michael Brockers at right end. Alan McNeil at defensive tackle. I think he was a third-round pick or second-round pick. Matter of fact, let me just check real quick. I think it was a third-round pick. Yeah, he was a third-round pick. But this is where, okay, you got Trey Flowers at edge, right, or left outside linebacker. Alex Anzalone and Sean Deion Hamilton as your two middle linebackers, right? Also got Jalen Reeves Maven here. They drafted Derek Barnes. Romeo Okwara, his younger brother Julian Okwara, Charles Harris, right? But if we went to a 4-3, we can go Romeo Okwara and Trey Flowers on the edge. Middle linebacker could be Alex Anzalone. We could get Sean Deion Hamilton out to right outside linebacker or left outside linebacker. And then on the D-line, you can move inside Michael Brockers, Onwuzurike, or Nick Williams. And Alec McNeil is already listed at D-tackle. So I think the personnel just fits better in the 4-3. But this year one, we're just going to let it do what it do and do the 3-4 under, as hopefully we suck this season and get a top pick in the draft. Cornerback, you got Amani Arorie, just okay. Jeff Okudah, who was their first-round pick a couple of seasons ago. I wouldn't call him a bust right now. I think he still has a lot of time to live up to that hype. So I'm a believer in Jeff Okudah, as he's definitely I'm gonna try to develop him as our cornerback one for this team. You got Melifanu, who I think he has a brother in the league, played for the Raiders, as he is our third best cornerback on the team. Then they got a bunch of other rookies down here: Jerry Jacobs, AJ Parker, Mark Gilbert. Free safety's kind of weak. Got Dean Marlowe, Will Harris, Brady Breeze. Definitely need to upgrade that position. And Tracy Walker, who I'm a fan of, I think he's underrated. I think he's going to continue to be our strong safety of the future. And then kicker, you got Cyber and Riley Patterson. Punter, you got one of the best punters in the league, and Jack Fox, who I'm actually going to go ahead and make team captain for this season, as there was a team captain slot available. Let's make sure there isn't any more. Yeah, so congratulations, Jack Fox. Let's look at our draft picks. We got 2 first-round picks. I'm good with that. We can either move up or just keep those and I think we'll keep both picks and draft some impact players. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get through the preseason so we can get on with this first year, which should be horrible. 76 overall. Look at that defense. 73, 79 offense. Let's just go ahead and simulate preseason. No injuries as we get Quintez Cephas back from injury. Let's simulate again. As we win that game up, 2 injuries. Let's see who it is. And, Jonah Jackson. Oh, come on, bro. 2 important young pieces on the offense going down in the preseason. It's okay. And then we lose that game. So we do got to cut 17 people. It didn't seem like they had a lot of people on the team. But we got to cut 17 damn people. That's a lot. That is a lot. So let's go through. I think we could put David Blau on the practice squad. So that's what we're going to do. Tim Boyle will be our backup QB. Running back, I'd rather keep Jamar Jefferson there. Yeah, we'll keep him for now. Receiver, I like the top 4. Hodge, Kennedy, I could put Trinity Benson on the practice squad. We got to cut a lot of people, so I want to move most of these guys to the practice squad so we're not cutting people from the actual roster. This tight end kind of fast. These other ones, though, we'll put on the practice squad just because their overalls are a little bit lower. Then we'll put Brock Wright on there also, as we don't need 4 tight ends. O-line should be good. I didn't see too many. Ryan McCollum. Let's just make sure, though. Let's make sure we got enough guards and tackles because, you know, Madden likes to cut people and sign random people whenever they feel like it, when you don't have enough people at the listed positions. Jason Cornell can go on the PS. See, look, we don't have enough defensive tackles, so I'm guessing Madden's going to cut somebody, sign somebody eventually. Jason Lamonier, practice squad. Got a lot of middle linebackers, too. So after Reeves, Maven, after Derek Barnes, no, Curtis Bolton, yeah, he's on the team. We'll move him. We'll move Anthony Pittman. Josh Woods might just have to be somebody that just gets his ass cut. Rashad Berry. And actually, because we got Okwara and Charles Harris, could put Austin Bryant down there too. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Gilbert, practice squad. Price. I guess I'm out of practice squads. Breeze, Jalen Elliott. Yeah, so let's just check. We still got to cut 5 people. So we're probably going to have to cut 5 people, and they're just not going to be on the team at all. Not on the practice squad, not on the regular roster. So looks like Jalen Elliott, 56 overall, is going to have to get cut. I'm not going to keep 2 kickers. We got Cyber here and Riley Patterson. I'm just going to go ahead and cut Cyber. We'll go with the younger guy, Riley Patterson. So that's 2 people so far. Bobby Price probably is going to have to get cut. I think one of the linebackers, definitely Josh Woods, can get cut. We'll keep Barnes, Austin Bryant. Tight ends, Kennedy. Tom Kennedy's going to have to get cut. And that should be, why do we have all these running backs? So Godwin, probably be the last cut. And boom, that should be the roster. Going into week 1, going into year 1. Yep, we don't have to make any more cuts. So let's go ahead and upgrade the team. Adjust the lineup. And I don't think I'm going to mess with the depth chart too much. I'm going to just go over it just to make sure that, you know, the guys that we want getting most of the reps for year 1 are in so they can get that experience. Let's go ahead and generate the best lineup. I say have Josh Reynolds starting. I think St. Brown is injured. That's probably why. But Jared Goff will be the starting quarterback. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. Fullback will be Jason. Hunter Bryant. That's fine. We're going to go with Quintez Cephas, then Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond. That's fine. They got T-Hawk right there. Put Bryant right there. Offensive line should be Taylor Decker. They got Big V on the left because of the injury to Jonah Jackson. So, we're going to give up a lot of sacks. And then Panay Sewell at right tackle. I'm going to start Levi Onwuzurike at left end, Michael Brockers, McNeil, Trey Flowers, Anzalone, Okwara. We're going to start Jeff Okudah. Free safety, I might go Will Harris. And then strong safety, Tracy Walker. Special teamers, they have Craig Reynolds. Why would they have Jamal Williams down there? I like having fast guys. Let's go and put Khalif Raymond. It was like our 4th receiver. Let's put him, and then I'm fine with Reynolds. We're not going to have any special team touchdowns anyway. And then I guess Jefferson. Kickoff start will be Jack Fox, the superstar punter, and then we got Ragnow, DeAndre Swift. Slot receiver will be Quintez Cephas for right now, but let's put Khalif Raymond. Why did they have? Let's put Khalif Raymond. Let's put Josh Reynolds there. But it will most likely be St. Brown when he comes out, or we can keep it at Cephas. St. Brown's going to be the starter, and then rush left end you got Trey Flowers. Rush right you got Okwara. D tackle you have Onzariki, McNeil, and Brockers. Sub linebacker. Deion Hamilton, Reeves Maven. Slot corner will be, they have Will Harris. I like Melifanu. And then we can do, we can leave it like that. We're weak in the secondary anyway. And let's go ahead and simulate week 1 as we kick off the season against the San Francisco 49ers. Don't know if we're at home. Don't remember if that game was home or on the road. I think it was on the road. It was actually at home in Detroit. Season goal will be 4 wins. I expect either 4 or less than that, as we want to try to keep Dan Campbell. Not going to be that good. And let's see if there's any quarterbacks in this auto-generated draft class. See if we can get our future quarterback. There is 1, 2, 3 in the top 3 prospects. You got Jake McDonald out of USC, 6'4", 229. Another 6'4" quarterback, 230. Eric Bryan out of Texas A&M. And then a 6'1", 221 quarterback, Rod Hanks out of Clemson. So it looks like, hell, if we suck enough and Jared Goff sucks enough, maybe we do go for our franchise quarterback in the offseason. You got Eric Bryan here. Let's see how he's looking. A-Trucking, that's all we know. We don't know too much about these guys. I don't know why I'm looking at them. Let's just go ahead to the season, as we'll learn more information about them during the season. So we kick off the season against the 49ers. Got a couple of injuries to St. Brown and Jonah Jackson. Can't wait to get those guys back. As we lose by a touchdown, not that bad. A close game. I was expecting a blowout. But we just couldn't stop the run. We shut their passing game down. We didn't really pass it all too well ourselves. We were very aggressive on 4th down, Mr. Dan Campbell. And then Jared Goff, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 1 sack given up. Jimmy G was efficient, but not a lot of passing yards because they didn't need to pass it a lot. They destroyed us with Raheem Mostert. Kyle Juszczyk had a touchdown. Jamar Jefferson for us had a rushing touchdown. Josh Reynolds was our leading receiver. TJ Hawkinson had a receiving touchdown. We had a sack for Onzariki, a sack for Trey Flowers. I thought Jack Fox was kicking field goals. I was about to say, you got my punter punting the ball and kicking field goals, but we have a Monday night football game against the Green Bay Packers. And that's another thing. The division is probably going to be ran by the Packers. Maybe the Vikings can compete with them. There's going to be like between Bears and us to compete for like that 3rd, 4th spot. But hopefully we can overtake the Packers in some of these years. But leaving Onzariki after 1 game, looking to go up to star dev, get off that boring brown normal dev trait. So let's see if he can do that. See how the set we get Romeo Okwara back from injury. Let's delegate this. Division game, first division game of the season, primetime TV. Monday night. And we lose 38-17 as expected. Green Bay is the best team in the division. We ran the ball. We just couldn't pass the ball. So Jared Goff not off to a great start. Aaron Rodgers, 5 touchdowns, no picks. DeAndre Swift was okay. Jared Goff did have a rushing touchdown. We could not stop Devontae Adams. Hopefully they let him go in free agency, as he's usually always there. But watch, because we're in the division, they're going to re-sign him probably if they have the money. Josh Reynolds had a receiving touchdown for us. Taylor Decker with 2 straight games with the sack given up. Onzariki, don't know if he probably didn't hit the dev trait. Look at that. We cut Cyber. He signs with the Packers, makes a 45-yard field goal and 5 extra pointers. But Riley Patterson made a 44-yard. Jack Fox inside the 20 once. And we start the season 0-2. Right on schedule. Right on schedule, as I don't expect us to be any good this season. We have a breakout player scenario. Oh, no, that was the Levi Onzariki. What am I talking about? Yep, got humbled because he's not ready to be a star just yet. Mock draft 1 is out. We should be at the top, probably projected to take one of those QBs, and we're actually not. They have the Jets, the Eagles, and the Browns. And they have us projected to take a right in. I guess our Aiden Hutchinson pick. That guy isn't that bad either. A play rag, a power moves. Leo Autry could be a future Detroit Lion, going from Florida to Detroit. But week 3, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see if we can beat them and get our first win of the season as we lose 18-3. 18-3. We can only manage to get a field goal. Passing yards were great. 4 turnovers. If these were all Jared Goff, ooh. Don't know if I can commit to him next season just yet. Quintez Cephas was good. Taylor Decker looking like the worst offensive lineman in the league. And look at that. 2 picks for Tavon Young and Chuck Clark. Alex Anzalone had a pick for us, though. Riley Patterson, at least our field goal kicker and our punter are playing well. So not the whole team is bad. But 0-3, looking like a bad team. We got another injury as St. Brown comes back from his injury. And it is, Hunter Bryant, complete PCL. 44 weeks, he's gone. So we're going to put him on the IR. And I did see that we had 52 out of 53. So we can actually bring up 2 people now. Because Hunter Bryant's on the injury reserve list. And then I still had a spot open. So, yeah, we can go ahead and get St. Brown back real quick. And he will be our starting receiver. And then I guess we can start Josh Reynolds as our wide receiver 2. Quintez Cephas will be in the slot. Yeah, let's do it like that. And then let's sign 2 people from the practice squad. Now I feel bad about those guys that got cut. They possibly could have made the team. But you have to make those cuts in the preseason. Looking at the practice squad, we definitely need to go and get one of those tight ends. So let's do Wright, bring him up, and then we can bring up one more person. Who was the guy that got injured? It was Hunter Bryant, so we got the tight end. And then we had an extra roster spot. I don't know what position we could do. Maybe David Blau to get our other quarterback, or Benson to get our other receiver. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do Benson. Yeah, we'll do Benson. Get another receiver. As we got St. Brown back from injury, we don't want another injury at receiver. But we have the 2-1 Chicago Bears in the division. The Vikings 0-3 with us. So they're trying to compete for the worst team in the NFC North. But we lose by a point to the Bears, 24-23. As we outrushed them, they outpassed us. We didn't turn the ball over for once. We were very aggressive on 4th down. That is vintage Dan Campbell. But Jared Goff, not a bad game. Bad game from the O-line, though. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams both had TDs. St. Brown comes back, puts up 100 yards on 7 catches. That's exactly why we needed him back. Josh Reynolds was okay. Panay Sewell had a bad game. Gave up 3 sacks to Khalil Mack, Trey Flowers, Romeo Okwara, Alex Anzalone. Will Harris had a pick. And our kicker and our punter remain perfect. The best part of our damn team. But 0-4. Don't want to go 0-17. And Alex Anzalone goes down 4 weeks. Jonah Jackson coming back next week. Joel Heath is also out. Anzalone broke his thumb. But we got Meads Raven. He can come in and fill in. As I thought I just checked this damn injury. This might be that right end. Yeah, Joel Heath. But, man, not looking good. Don't want to go 0-17. I know they've gone 0-16 before. Don't want to repeat history. But 0-4 Vikings. Something's got to give. Somebody's going to get their first win, and it is the Vikings. They beat us by 10 points, 34-24, as we jump down to 0-5 on the season. 0-5, 47 rushing yards. I wonder if – I know the Lions suck in simulation. They suck, period. But I wonder if it's because of that little – I think it's a glitch in that defensive scheme for Dan Campbell. It says 3-4 under, but the playbook's 4-3. Maybe that also has something to do with it, so we're definitely going to make that change next season. Josh Reynolds and St. Brown. St. Brown's been great since he came back from injury. Cephas also had a receiving touchdown. Panay Sewell, another game where he gave up multiple sacks. Onzariki gets a sack. Warrior gets a pick, so does C.J. Moore. Riley Patterson remains perfect. 1 punt for Jack Fox. We have the Bengals coming up, and they're probably going to beat us. They're 3-2. We get a lot of guys back from injury. Jonah Jackson is the important one, though, on the O-line, so we should be able to run the ball a little bit better. Should be able to protect Jared Goff a little bit better. And let's go ahead and simulate this game. See if we can get our first win of the season. And we lose in overtime. So we were so close, man. So close. Heartbreaking. As we ran the ball well, passed the ball, okay. No turnovers. We played to win. Played to win. And Jared Goff had his best game of the season. But look at that. Joe Burrow, 5 touchdowns, no picks. DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams were great together. 2 touchdowns for Cephas. St. Brown, 60 yards. He's been excellent since he came back from that injury. Trey Flowers, Austin Bryant, Warrior, McNeil, all with sacks. Riley Patterson made a 53-yarder inside the 20 twice for Jack Fox. As we fall to 0-6 on the season. We're definitely not going to have a winning season this season. Didn't expect it. But yeah, we're the worst team not in the NFC North. We're the worst team in the league. But week 7, we got the Rams, so Stafford and Goff, revenge games. They're 2-4 though. That's crazy. It's crazy in the Super Bowl champions. But they beat us 21-18, closer than expected. So we lose by a field goal. And let's see how Goff and Stafford did. So it looks like we had more passing yards. We just turned the ball over. And that probably costed us the game Stafford didn't have a bad game. Our O-line did. Getting Jonah Jackson back actually made us worse. Our running game got shut down. Jamal Williams did have a touchdown, though. Josh Reynolds was the leading receiver. Where was this Charlie got his second touchdown? My bad. Somebody was at my door, one of my neighbors. But Frank Ragnow, Panay Sewell giving up some sacks. Austin Bryant, Romeo Okwara. 56-yarder for Riley Patterson. Inside the 20 twice for Jack Fox. As mock draft 2 is out, and we are 0-7, week 8. At the midseason. So they do have us taking a quarterback out of USC, Jake McDonald. Let's see if we have any physicals or skills revealed. A, awareness. B, throw accuracy deep. B, throw on the run. I need to know a little bit more, though, to see which one of those quarterbacks that we potentially might take. I think taking a quarterback, though, with how weak this roster is, probably would be a bad idea. We still need to fill out the rest of the roster, so I think we might go in that direction. Build the roster out, spend some money, draft some good young players, and then eventually get our future franchise quarterback so he can just come in, play good, and not have all that pressure on him. And, he won't get destroyed because he has a bad roster. So we might just go that route. But 3-4 Eagles, and we're 0-7. Go ahead, simulate this game, and then week 9, the bye week, which is the mid-season, we're going to look at the contracts. We're going to upgrade the players, as we do lose again, but we do have a weekly award. And let's check out the stats for that game. Same rushing yards for both teams. We actually have 400 passing yards, but look at that, the 2 turnovers. You can't turn the ball over like that. You're not going to win like that. 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Really could have won that game. Jamal Williams was getting a lot of touchdowns. Josh Reynolds, 100 yards. St. Brown, 4 yards shy of 100 yards, but a touchdown. We made Jalen Reagor look good, so that's bad. 3 sacks for Trey Flowers, the former Patriot. Okwara, Reeves Maven, and Austin Bryant, all with sacks. Riley Patterson. And we do have a weekly award. I think it will be Trey Flowers with the 3 sacks. And it was 10 tackles, 3 sacks. So shout out, salute, congrats to Trey Flowers. But looking at the contracts, let's see who we have to extend. Jack Fox, definitely. Going to make him the highest paid punter in the league. 5-year deal. Give it to him. He's excited to stay with the team. We got Charles Harris will wait. Tracy Walker. I'm fine with giving Tracy Walker a 4-year deal. I know he got a 3-year deal in real life, but I'll give him a 4-year deal. I think we could develop him. Damn, I didn't know he was 26, though. I did not know he was 26. Anzalone, he's been playing great for us. I wouldn't mind a 2-year deal. 666. He wants more money, though. Josh Reynolds. No, they brought him back in real life, I think, but I think we could upgrade the receiver position. Deion Hamilton, maybe. Patterson, yeah, looks like he's going to be our kicker. I would bring him back on a year deal, see if he can play good next season too. Evan Brown is kind of young. They brought back their fullback, but, I always like getting my fullbacks. Will Holden is cheap. We'll wait on those other guys, those depth guys, those backups, those bench players. But let's upgrade the team. And I would love to get our first win against the team that we play next week. Y'all know it, the Pittsburgh Steelers. We get Alex Anzalone back from injury. As we get Alex Anzalone back from injury again, and Sean Deion Hamilton. Let's upgrade the team one more time. I would love to get my first W against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we lose by a touchdown. Man, we've lost a lot of close games. We only had like a couple of blowouts. And that was the Packers. Was it only the Packers game? And the Ravens. Packers and the Ravens. Everything else been close. Look at this. Touchdown. 1 point. 10 points. Overtime. Field goal. 4 points. Touchdown. We're playing hard. Like they're really playing for Dan Campbell. One turnover. It's always the damn turnover. Is it Jared Goff? And that's really rare. I never see the Steelers hold on to Ben Roethlisberger. They usually cut him in the preseason. They go with like Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins. But Najee Harris had a touchdown. Touchdown for Jamal Williams, 73 yards for DeAndre Swift. Quintez Cephas was the leading receiver. St. Brown with a touchdown. Penei Sewell giving up a sack. We had, Jeff Okudah has not had a pick yet. Patterson, after I give him a year contract extension, he misses 2 field goals. And we would have lost the game by 1 point if he made those 2 field goals. So, come on, Riley. 0-9. 0-9. Are we really going to go 0-17? Are we really going to go 0-17? Gotta wait and see. I don't think we're going to beat the Browns. Lose by a field goal, so another close game. I wonder if they're going to fire Dan Campbell, though, if I do go 0-17. We lose by a field goal. Rushing yards were great. Passing yards were great. We shut the running game down, so we shut Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb down. We shut them down on 3rd down. Okay, that explains it. We lost in overtime. We made the field goal. They got the ball, scored a touchdown. So, a game we definitely should have won. Nick Chubb still had 2 rushing touchdowns. Quintez Cephas and St. Brown were great. T. Hawk had a touchdown. Blocking. No sacks given up, I guess. Half a sack for Trey Flowers and a pick. And Patterson, there you go, comes back looking like that was $650K that we gave him. Contract extension looking like money. We 0-10 though. 0-10, we have a breakout player scenario. Could be Quintez Cephas, could be St. Brown. It's one of the 2 running routes. They both had 100 yards. It is St. Brown trying to go up to superstar. Dev, 12:30 p.m. I wonder if that's like one of those overseas games. Don't remember, but let's see if we can beat the Bears and get our first win of the season and get St. Brown a superstar Dev. And we lose 24-7. 24-7. We lose all damn day. 24-7, Thursday night or Thursday game or whatever. We couldn't stop the run. Passing was great. They turned the ball over more than us, but we only scored 1 touchdown. Jared Goff was bad. Swift, Williams, our fullback had a touchdown. Shout out to him. T. Hawk over 100 yards. Taylor Decker, Big V giving up sack. Trey Flowers has had a great season for us. Austin Bryant, Anzariki, McNeil, all with sacks. Aurier, Jeff Okuda, there he goes, his first pick of the season. And we're 0-11. We are 0-11. If we don't start winning like 2 games, we need to win at least 2 games to keep Dan Campbell's job. I love Dan Campbell. I don't want him to get fired in year 1. I don't want to take over this sorry-ass team just yet. So win for Dan Campbell, damn it. We got the Vikings, who are 4-7. Looks like the division is going to come down to the Bears and the Packers. And we win our first game of the season, and it happens to be against my Minnesota Vikings. And it was an overtime. That's like our 3rd or 4th overtime game this season. And how did we do it? We outpassed them. We didn't turn the ball over. They did. Okay, so they kind of won the game for us with those 2 picks by Kellen Mond and Kirk Cousins. We must have hurt Kirk Cousins, and that's why we won the game. We injured Kirk Cousins, Jamal Williams with a touchdown, Craig Reynolds with a touchdown, T-Hawk, 99 yards and a touchdown, Josh Reynolds also with a TD, and Tracy Walker with 2 interceptions. That's why we extended him. But we get our first one of the season. We're not going to go 0-17. We still could go 1-16. Still could get fired with Dan Campbell. And this is Jared Goff breakout. I'm not even sure if I want him to hit this. Get him the star dev. Another breakout player scenario. Check out, see who this might be. Might be Tracy Walker. So I would love to get Tracy Walker to star dev. Plus, we already paid him, so we have a cheap star dev strong safety. So see if we can get Tracy Walker and Jared Goff to star dev. So we win 38-27. We win 2 in a row. Our biggest win of the season. And Jared Goff might have went up to star dev. Tracy Walker might have went up to star dev. So let's check it out and see if we shut that running game down. We passed it well, no turnovers. I think Jared Goff is going to go up to star dev. I don't think Tracy Walker is going to go up though. Because they didn't turn the ball over. Jared Goff is definitely going up to star dev. 2 touchdowns for Jamal Williams. Touchdown for our fullback. Josh Reynolds over 100 yards. It's like our 4th different receiver with a 100-yard game this season. Khalif Raymond with a touchdown. St. Brown with a touchdown. Taylor Decker gave up 2 sacks. Anzalone with the sack. But what did... I don't even see his name. Tracy Walker had 3 tackles. That's it. Patterson was perfect. Jack Fox inside the 20. 2 straight wins for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell might be safe. So we're not going to go 1-16 now. That's great. That's great news. But Tracy Walker didn't hit it out. Man, I wish him and Jared Goff would switch because I'd rather Tracy Walker get it and Jared Goff no. But that's great. We could probably go with Jared Goff for one more season as he has star dev. Let's see if that translates to winning more games, though. We have the Cardinals. Can we get our 3rd straight win? Can the Lions get hot towards the end of the season, going into the offseason? No, we can't. 34-18. 34-18. We lose by 16 points. We get slowed down a little bit by the Cardinals. And we ran the ball well. Just a couple of turnovers. So he gets star dev, and he does that. 180, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Jamal Williams, touchdown beast for us. Touchdown for St. Brown. Nate Sewell giving up a couple of sacks. He usually does that for some reason. Now Tracy Walker wants to get half a sack. Should have did that last week, buddy. But no special teams touchdowns. And we are 2-12. 2-12. Okay. As I need to look at this again because I thought I was trying to bring somebody back. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Anzalone. The contract length is good. That's about it. So I'll bump this up to 2.6, bump this up to 111. See if he takes that. And he wants more bonus. Screw you, Anzalone. Not even going to argue with you, bro. But week 16 against 7-7 Falcons, trying to make the playoffs, I guess. But we're going to beat them. Probably ending their season. 28-14. We get our 3rd win of the season. I would love to get 4 wins, at least 4 wins, and hit that goal. We got the Seahawks and the Packers left. We shut that running game down. We passed better than them. Both teams had a turnover. We were better on third down. 3 touchdowns, 1 pick for Jared Goff. No sacks given up from the O-line. Swift and Jamal Williams were great. Shut down Cordero Patterson. Josh Reynolds has been great. Cephas, T-Hawk. Anzalone, Flowers with sacks. Jeff Okudah with his second pick. Patterson missing the field goal, but we didn't need him to make it as Henry Brothers got signed by the Falcons. Okay. But 3 wins on the season. Now we have the Seahawks and the Packers. Would love to beat my Hawks. Let's see if we can beat them, though, in Seattle, on the road, to get our 4th win of the season. We lose 35-21. We're going to finish off the season against the Green Bay Packers. Don't think we're going to beat them, so we might end up with 3 wins. Lost by 2 touchdowns. They had 200 and rushing yards on us, so Pete Carroll just wanted to run the ball down our throats. They had a lot of third down conversions. Russ, 4 touchdowns. Carson, 127. Jamal Williams, though, keeps getting them touchdowns. He might have like 20. St. Brown, 95 yards. T-Hawk with a touchdown. Khalif Raymond with a touchdown. Pick for Dean Marlowe. And we're going to finish the season off against the Green Bay Packers. As Dan Campbell's job should be safe. And we lose to the Packers. We come last in the division. Okay. Vikings 4-13. So we're going to pick ahead of them. That's great. The Bears win the goddamn division at 12-5. Packers 11-6. It was the Packers to win. St. Brown, let's take a look at his stats real quick. Yeah, we'll just auto upgrade it. I like to look for like the weaknesses and then put them up. But yeah, bad season as expected. 3 wins. We were 26 in points per game, 14 in passing yards, 25 in rushing yards per game, 25 in defensive points per game, 19 in passing yards and defense rush, 25. So every single area needs some type of help. As you see, the quarterbacks on the side are the top, and then you got right guard to replace Big V maybe, and then left end. But looking at the top performers, you got Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, Jonathan Taylor, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Antonio Brown, Melvin Ingram, Shaquille Barrett, Harold Landry, Malcolm Jenkins, Chuck Clark, J.C. Jackson, T.J. Edwards, Deion Jones, and Shaq Thompson. Looking at our stats, 21st in offensive yards. Jared Goff didn't do that bad. 27 in defensive yards. Kind of a down year for DeAndre Swift. What's going on there? 1,000 yards for Josh Reynolds? 20 picks for Jared Goff. The yards are great. Touchdowns and picks, terrible. Dub. Completion percentage at 60, though. He averaged 260 yards and a half per game. Rating 81.4. Longest pass was 75 yards. Only got sacked 36 times, but 20 picks. Got to cut down on those picks, man. But DeAndre Swift, horrible season. Under 4 yards per carry, only 3 rushing touchdowns, and under 1,000 yards, 885, 13 touchdowns for Jamal Williams, though I like to see that. No fumbles from the running backs. Longest rush of the season was 11 yards, bro. 11 yards. DeAndre Swift definitely needs to step it up. Receiving, Josh Reynolds, of all people, went over 1,000 yards. I know they brought him back in real life anyway, so we'll bring him back. As we got St. Brown, we got Cephas, we can still bring in a DJ Chark or even draft the receiver. So I like what Josh Reynolds did. T-Hawk, 80 catches, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. St. Brown, 5 touchdowns. Longest reception was 75 yards to Quintez Cephas. 3 touchdowns for Khalif Raymond as a wide receiver 4. 2 touchdowns for the backup tight end as we lost Hunter Bryant to that horrible injury. Panay Sewell and Taylor Decker, horrible season from the tackles. Frank Ragnow, kind of a down year from the center position. But Big V and Jonah Jackson only played 12 games, but Big V had a stellar season, only 1 sack. Sean Deion Hamilton led the team in tackles. 9 TFLs, no sacks, of course. Jeff Okudah, almost 100 tackles, 2 picks. A pick for Anzalone, 2.5 sacks, 7 TFLs, 98 tackles. Tracy Walker had 2 picks. We extended him. Trey Flowers, 11 and 11 and 1. Warrior with 2. Will Harris with a pick. McNeil, 12 TFLs. Onwuzurike led the team in TFLs. And then Trey Flowers led the team in sacks. Austin Bryant had 7 TFLs, 5 sacks. Good year for him. He was a backup. He did that. Onwuzurike was good. Aquara, 4 sacks. Yeah. Picks, bunch of 2s, some 1s. And then forced fumbles, we had 1 for Tracy Walker, 1 for CJ Moore, so the safeties forcing them fumbles. We had a block for CJ Moore and Charles Harris. We had no safeties, no defensive touchdowns. Kicker, no extra pointers missed, right? He only missed 3. Shout out to Riley Patterson, man. 1 punt was blocked inside the 29 times, long with 72. He averaged 53.6. And then no special teams touchdown. Yearly awards, MVP, Kyler Murray. Coach of the year, the guy replacing John Gruden. We should be up there. Just kidding. Kyler Murray, Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC. Defensive Player of the Year for the NFC goes to Shaq Barrett. We got Trey Flowers on there at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Justin Fields. We got St. Brown at 7. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Micah Parsons. We got Onwuzurike at 4. McNeil at 5. Best QB goes to famous Jameis Winston. Running back goes to Alvin Kamara. Receiver goes to Calvin Ridley. O-line goes to Zach Martin. D lineman goes to Aaron Donald. Linebacker goes to Shaq Barrett. Got Trey Flowers at number 6. DB goes to Malcolm Jenkins. And then best kicker, we should be up here somewhere. It goes to Cairo Santos, and we are not on the goddamn list. Riley Patterson only missed 3 field goals, and he's not on the list. But let's see who wins the Super Bowl. See if we have any Pro Bowlers. I would say maybe Trey Flowers. That's about it. And let's get to the offseason. See how we can make this team, this horrible Detroit Lions team, a better team. And it starts with moving to a 4-3, I think. But looking at the Pro Bowl roster, you got the Saints and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. On the NFC side, Cam Newton. Come on. But no receivers, nobody on offense for us, no offensive linemen, no defensive ends. Wow, no Trey Flowers, so I don't think we're going to have nobody. Maybe Jack Fox, the punter. Not even him. I think Jefferson is our guy. So we had 1 Pro Bowler. It was a punt returner, Jamar Jefferson, the rookie running back. So salute to him. And we got Jameis Winston. What was he, best quarterback or offensive player of the year? He's going up against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Let's see if we have any dev trait upgrades. As we got Jared Goff to a star, that was during the season. I would say Josh Reynolds probably deserved to go up with that 1,000-yard season. Penei Sewell came out as a superstar. And then I think TJ Hawkinson, bro, he should definitely be superstar dev trait. He's underrated. But Jeff Okudah goes up to superstar dev. I don't know why. He might get knocked back down. He did have the 2 interceptions. And then everybody else, Trey Flowers went up to superstar dev, but he's going to get robbed most likely because of his age. And that's right. So we got a new superstar on defense, 2 new superstars on defense, and then the star with Jared Goff on offense. I guess you could say Penei Sewell because his was revealed. But he possibly could go down too because he gave up like 15 sacks. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl out of the Chiefs and the Saints. Make more sense if the Chiefs win it, and they do barely by a field goal, beating Jameis and the Saints. Melvin Ingram, Super Bowl MVP. Kyler Murray, NFL MVP. The guy replacing John Gruden, Dean Strauss, who the hell that is. Kyler Murray, Shaquille Barrett, Justin Fields, and Micah Parsons for your offensive and defensive overall rookie of the years. Let's head on to the offseason. As we're going to have to fire, I think we're going to have to fire our defensive coordinator, especially when we're moving to a 4-3. But looking at mock draft 3, see where we're projected to pick at. We have the number 1 overall pick in the draft. They have us taking the quarterback. Now, we could go quarterback. Now, I did say I want to build out the rest of the team, but you got to think in real life, the draft class was weak. If the draft class wasn't so weak, they probably would have took a quarterback. So we could take a quarterback. Let's look at all 3 just to see which one. It looks like Rod Hanks might be the best one. He might be the most NFL ready. He's 23 years old. He is the shortest, though. And then you got Eric Bryan, 6'4". Yeah, so it looks like I ain't look at Jake McDonald that much. A awareness. I think Hanks might be the best one. We know he has A thoracic deep, A thoracic short. I'm guessing medium got to be A. Rod Hanks might be the best one. So we might go ahead. And then we have another first round pick, and they have us taking a guard. I mean, we could upgrade over Big V, but that contract and that season he just had, I don't think we should go offensive line. Definitely should be somebody on the defense, maybe like an edge rusher. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait to see. Won't look at that just yet. But let's go to the retirement. See if we have anybody retiring. Maybe Trey Flowers. And we don't have anybody. Golden Tate, former Seahawk and Lion. Giant. But that's about it. Let's look at the contract. So I think Anzalone wanted more bonus. I really didn't want to argue with him anymore. But we'll work out a deal with him. As they brought him back in real life. And he wants to leave. He can leave. I'm not going to argue with him. Y'all saw it. I tried to bring him back. I tried. Josh Reynolds, I wouldn't mind giving him that. If he wants to take it. He had 1,000 yards. And then Khalif Raymond was actually good at wide receiver 4, but we're not going to pay him that. We're not going to pay our wide receiver 3 and our wide receiver 4. Deion Hamilton was hurt a little bit. Evan Brown, now he wants more money. That's not a bad. I'll probably let him go. We'll keep the fullback. He didn't have a down season. We still could draft a fullback, and they can compete for the starting job. So, and then C.J. Moore was actually okay. We'll bring him back on a year. He'll be a backup. And then Charlie was actually good. I don't think I want to pay him that. And then Tommy Kramer, maybe get him like a 2-year deal. Actually, we'll stay with the 1-year deal if he wants to take it. Just keep some of these backups, and then everybody else can kick rocks. So goodbye, Anzalone. He didn't want to sign with us. I tried. Y'all saw it. I tried my best to keep him, but he didn't want to stay. I gave him more bonus. He asked for more bonus. We gave him more bonus, and he did not want to stay. But I need to look at the roster first because I need to change the scheme from a 3-4 to 4-3 right now. I need to get a new defensive coordinator right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the scheme to 4-3. We'll do a 4-3 under. And, yeah, that'll fit the personnel better. And we need to go ahead and fire a defensive coordinator. To match up with the new 4-3. I think I might fire the offensive coordinator too. We'll keep him one more season. But let's get a new defensive coordinator. Somebody 4-3 So let's get this guy Jeffrey Penn. He's also the West Coast. Are we a West Coast? We're a vertical zone run, but it doesn't really matter. He's defense. But he has Mike Vrabel, Tennessee, offensive playbook. Philadelphia, Nick Sirianni. So we'll hire him, Jeffrey Penn, new defensive coordinator. We got a new defensive scheme now. I'm probably going to have to move some guys' positions around to fit the new scheme. But let's take a look at the roster real quick. As we got Jared Goff. Let's see if they let him keep the star dev. He did. So we might not go quarterback. Might hold on to him one more year. I like Swift, but he didn't have a good season. Jamal Williams had a good season. Jefferson made the Pro Bowl as a punt returner. Brought back our fullback. We got our 3 wide receivers. Now, we still could bring in a DJ Chark or draft somebody like a Jameson Williams. as they traded up for. I don't think I would, though. I like the 3 wide receivers. There's no Jameson Williams in this draft. I'm not going to trade up. I'm going to keep the 2 first-round picks. Bryant is probably going to get cut once he comes back from injury. Our offensive line should be good if they let Penei Sewell keep his superstar dev. They did. Zariki is probably going to have to move inside the defensive tackle. Same thing with Michael Brockers. McNeil's already at D tackle. We're going to have to move Trey Flowers to defensive end. We lost Anzalone. Probably going to move both the Okwara brothers to defensive end. Rory Kuda. Melifanu really didn't do nothing last season. We got Tracy Walker, Patterson, but let's check out the free agency to see who is there. It's usually the same guys. We're not going to go after Devontae Adams. He's not even there. I told y'all, bro. He's not going to be there because we're in the same division as the Green Bay Packers. They brought his ass back. If this was any other team that I was doing, he would have been in free agency. But let's look at running back. We could go with Kaepernick. He got worked out by the Raiders, and the Lions seem to be the team that always signs him in the simulation, and he always does good for them. But we're not going to sign Kaepernick. We're not going to sign a running back. Rather draft a fullback receiver. So they did bring in DJ Chark on a 1-year deal in real life. I don't even see DJ Chark here. So we're not going to worry about that. I'm glad I brought Josh Reynolds back. We can still draft a receiver. I wouldn't mind bringing in one of these receivers, but we can do that in preseason. Tight end, I do think we need a veteran backup tight end. Bryant's hurt. Don't want to bring Eric Ebron back to Detroit. I like that Charlie dude, what he did, but we can wait for a backup tight end, really. Offensive line is set. If anything, we can draft somebody to replace Big V. I like Onzariki, but he's going to be moving inside the defensive tackle. They also brought in... We need a middle linebacker. Could get Van Der Esch, Chris Barnes, getting a lot of money from the Dolphins. Devondre Campbell. Sean Deion Hamilton. I wanted Anzalone, bro. The way he disrespected me, I'm not even going to offer him a new contract. Devondre Campbell, stealing from the Packers, I guess. We could do that. We'll actually put this down just a little bit. I'm not going to go after Von Miller. Now, cornerback, they did bring in Mike Hughes. Sometimes he's here, and he's not even here. So everybody that's supposed to be here is not even here. But I like Okuda. I like Aurorier. They played okay. Oh, Mike Hughes is right here, right in my face. But he's getting a contract offer from the Steelers. I don't really mind the signing in real life. I think we could use like a veteran, maybe like a Chris Harris, but he probably want to side with a team that wants to win now. Justin Coleman, went from the Seahawks to the Lions. I think he's back on the Seahawks now. We could go Darquez Denard. I think I want to save my money. I don't think I want to sign nobody. Des Trufant, we could always bring back. Nick Needham, I could go with him. As I signed Mike Hughes, I forgot what rebuild that was, but I did sign Hughes. They did sign Deshaun Elliott at strong safety. I don't even see him here. I do see Marcus Williams here, though. DeMonte Casey. Let's go after DeMonte. Let's go after DeMonte Casey. 2-year deal. Let's do a 2-year deal. And I wouldn't mind getting Darquez Denard. No, I don't want Darquez Denard. Let's get Brian Poole. Steal him away from the Steelers. He's a star dev, 29, veteran. Got to give him more than that. Let's get Brian Poole. And we're going after Devondre Campbell. And I think that's all we want to do. I think we're just going to attack the defense. I can always get a backup tight end and receiver in the preseason. I like our receivers, our running backs, and, of course, we got our quarterback. So we got the number 1 overall pick, so we control the draft. Let's simulate this week and see if we can get Devondre Campbell, see if we can get Brian Poole, see if we can get DeMonte Casey. We get Brian Poole. Don't know what's going on with DeMonte Casey. Don't know what's going on with Devondre Campbell. Other teams probably offered them contracts. And, oh, man, the Bengals, Raiders, Jaguars, they're beating us out. I'm not going to overpay for them. We should get DeMonte Casey. Let's take a look at the middle linebackers. Dante Hightower's there, could bring in another former Patriot. Even though Matt Patricia is not here anymore as the head coach. Should we get Nick Kwiatkowski? Eric Wilson, former Viking, former Eagle. Maybe bring back Sean Deion Hamilton. I'm not bringing back Anzalone. Turned in my contract. Let's get Nick Kwiatkowski. I'll give Nick a 2-year deal. Same thing we were offering. No, that's not the same thing we were offering Devondre Campbell. So let's get Nick. Let's take a look at these quarterbacks and the rest of the prospects in the draft as we hold the number 1 pick. Now, mock draft filled us out. Mock draft 3 had us taking that quarterback, and it still has us taking him. But I think Rod Hanks is the best of the QBs. I really do. A awareness for Jake. Let's take a look at everybody else, though. We already looked at the quarterbacks. I think we're going to put all 3 of them on our list. Looking at fullbacks. Let's look at this guy, David Jackson. He has deep pass block, but he's the fastest fullback. He's the strongest fullback. He's the fullback that can jump the highest. He was first in the cone drill. A injury, A stamina, B spin move. We'll put him on the list. Looks like a utility fullback. Receiver, we can look at. Get Jared Goff like a weapon. Even though Josh Reynolds didn't play bad, but can he do that again? Can he do that consistently, 1,000 yards? So you got this Steven Ramsey guy, C-release. He's short, 5'11", but he's fast. Good kick returner. I don't think we want him. Let's look at Matthew Burley, C catching. Runs a 4.49, 8 ball carrier vision. Not liking him. Not feeling him. Let's look at William Anderson. A deep route runner. Okay, so this is kind of like our Jameson Williams. It's not as a deep route, B medium route. So William Anderson looks good. Could definitely be a receiver that we take. We can get a receiver like in the 2nd round probably. We don't have to take one in the 1st round like the Lions did in real life. We can get one later on. I don't have to replicate their every single move. Let's look at Isaiah Alexander. B release, 6'2", 228. Gets hurt a lot, though. Not liking the receivers. Could look at right guard as a replacement over Big V. Could look at left guard, too, because it doesn't seem to be too many right guards. A impact blocking, C run blocking. But F pass block finesse, even though he's not even at tackle. Let's look at the left guards. See if there's no guards either. There's always centers, always good centers that we could take, move over to guard, inside offensive lineman. But there doesn't seem to be one. I like Onzariki. We're not going to look at left end. But see, we're in a different scheme now. So our defensive ends would be Trey Flowers and Romeo Okwara. And then our D tackles will be Neo. So let's look at, because we got Trey Flowers. Don't know how long he's going to play. Let's look at Jason Short. A power moves. A pursuit. B play reg. Could definitely be our Aiden Hutchinson. And then right in, we got some top 5 dudes right here. Leo Autry. A, power moves. B, tackling. A, play reg. And J.J. Woody. C, block shedding. A, pursuit. A. So all these defensive ends look good. Let's look at Najee Bradley in the second, the third round. B, finesse moves. B, pursuit. C, play reg, just decent. D, tackle. I kind of don't want to draft yet. Now we are going to need linebackers. We are going to need linebackers. It's probably the weakest position on the team. Let's look at Cody Brackett. A, power moves. B, play reg. C, man. B, finesse. He actually looks like an edge rusher type of linebacker, so I wouldn't mind taking him. Let's look at Paul Clayton. We still need regular linebackers, like off-the-ball linebackers. A, awareness. B, finesse. He also looks like somebody that could be like a speed rusher. But I want like a regular outside linebacker. B, tackling. A, awareness. He looks like the guy. B, catching too. It's probably like a pass coverage type linebacker. Need a middle linebacker. Jabari Bryan. B, block shedding. Could be the guy. A, awareness. B, man. B, finesse. McQueen. No. Outside linebacker. Rashad Teat. No, Rashad Pete. With 2 E's. B, awareness. B, finesse moves. They all look like edge rushers. We don't need right outside linebacker edge rushers. Or 3-4. If we stayed in the 3-4, yeah. But we moved to a 4-3. Cornerback, we could use Jeff Okudah if he doesn't work out. This guy's A, catching. We got Aurorier. We got Melifanu. Melifanu really didn't do nothing last season. Be aware of this. We did bring in Brian Poole, or we're trying to bring in Brian Poole. We brought in DeMonte Casey. We got Tracy Walker, but that does not rule out free safety. DeMonte Casey is a short-term answer at free safety, kind of like a Band-Aid. So we could take cornerback. But I think what we're going to do after this is we're going to do the 3 guys that you can pick. We're going to pick all 3 quarterbacks and see who comes out as the better pick, because I think we might just get our quarterback and start Jared Goff next season for like the first 3 games, 4 games, and if he doesn't play well, then we slowly transition to our quarterback. But this is T.J. Hockenson. We're picking it up, 5th-year option. He's going to be here for the whole rebuild. He is the offense right now. But private workouts, we're going to do all 3 quarterbacks. I don't think this is the class to get a quarterback, though, but we're just going to – this Woody guy is actually – we'll do all 3 quarterbacks. And then we'll pick which one is the best. As we know, Devondre Campbell rejected us. Let's get on to the final mock draft, look at the free agency recap, and then get on to the draft to see what do we do at pick 1? Do we even trade down? Do we trade down from pick 1, acquire more picks to get more players to build this roster out? That could be an option too. But I think with 2 first-round picks, we probably don't have to trade down. We could just stay put. We'll have a high second-round pick. Our second-round pick will basically be a first-round pick at pick 33. So probably just going to take, well, we got the number 1 overall pick. I know they didn't take a quarterback in real life, but this is a different situation. They don't have the number 2 pick. They got a number 1 pick. They have some top 5 quarterbacks. This isn't a Malik Willis. This isn't a Desmond Ridder. This isn't a Sam Howard, Carson Strong, Kenny Pickett. This isn't that situation. We get Nick Kwiatkowski, so a couple of veterans on the defensive side. Kwiatkowski, DeMonte Casey. Let's look at the final mock draft. As they have us taking a fullback, bro. That must be a glitch. Or every time I put a fullback on my list, they move them up in the mock draft. But we have the quarterbacks 90% scouted. Still don't know nothing about Jake McDonald. A, awareness. Okay, so Jake doesn't look that good. Now, Jake doesn't look good, right? I said before, Hanks looks like the better quarterback. I bet you. If I decide to take Hanks, he's going to have normal dev. Look at that. A's all on his report card. He's going to have normal dev, and if I decide not to take McDonald, he's going to be the one with the hidden dev trait. But it looks like Hanks is the best quarterback out of all three, even though he's the smallest, he's the shortest. So I think I'm going to take him number 1 overall. Even though this J.J. Woody guy at edge rusher or right defensive end, he's a top 5 pick. But I think we're going to go with the quarterback, and then they have us taking William Anderson, that receiver, at pick 11. I don't hate that pick. We addressed the defense. In free agency. Maybe we could address the offense and in the draft. But let's go ahead to the free agency recap, see where everybody signed, see what the teams in our division did, the Packers, Vikings, Bears. Let's see what they did. So I don't see any Packers. I don't see any Bears. I don't see any Vikings. I don't see anybody from the NFC North. So that's good. Nobody from our division made any big moves. Yeah, I don't see them. So we didn't really make any big moves, just a couple of signings, little cute veteran signings. So let's go ahead to the draft, as we're gonna take a quarterback. Doesn't have to start right away. We can still start Jared Goff. But I think the quarterback that we're taking is 23. He's NFL ready. Maybe we can have him and Jared Goff battle it out in the preseason. But we do got the number 1 overall pick. Let's take a look at the trade offers before we decide to make this pick. We could. Why would we move all the way down to pick 29, Buffalo? You must be smoking crack. We can move down to pick 5 with Washington and gain a second-round pick next season. We can move to pick 3, probably still get our quarterback, pick up an extra third-round pick for next year, and pick 6 with the Jets wanting to move up. But I think if we want our quarterback, let's get him now. Let's make him the number 1 overall pick. Show him that we really want him to be our franchise quarterback. So let's do it. Let's go get, what's his name? Rod Hanks, 6'1", 221, 23 years old, out of Clemson. So he is of age. He could come in and start. So we're going to take him right here, number 1 overall. He does have hidden dev. And look at that. A awareness, A throw accuracy deep, A throw accuracy mid, A throw accuracy short, A throw on the run. The only thing he can't do is stiff arm, but he's not a scrambling quarterback. And then let's look at, the Vikings are right behind us too. Let's look at the rest of the draft board and see who we could take with our second first-round pick. I don't think any of the DNs are going to be there, the 2 top 5 guys. They'll be gone. Cody Brackett could be there. He was that left outside linebacker with the A power moves. They want us to take that receiver. That cornerback has A catching. I don't know. Let's see who falls to us. I don't know who the Vikings took, but the Jets took J.J. Woody, that defensive end. The Broncos are going to take a quarterback. Commanders are probably going to take the other quarterback. No, they go the other defensive end. The Giants might go quarterback. No, they don't. Chargers will be stupid if they go quarterback. They don't. They go Cody Brackett. Eagles might go quarterback. Okay, so the Vikings probably took that other quarterback. So the quarterback we took and the one that the Vikings probably took are going to be battling it out in the NFC North.
On the clock now. Let's see what direction they go.
Eagles take linebacker, and then we're right after the Steelers. Steelers take the cornerback that we were thinking about taking with that A catching. So who's going to fall to us here? Oh, my God, it's glitching. It's not showing the damn board. And if it doesn't show the board, we're not going to be able to make this pick, and I'm going to be pissed off because I think I want that receiver. All right, there we go. All right, so looking at the board, there's some outside linebackers. There's some left tackles. There is a receiver here, but he doesn't look that good. We might could trade down and get that receiver later. I'm thinking we might be able to get his ass later. Let's look at some cornerbacks real quick. I don't think I have to take that receiver now. I think there's a good chance that he might fall to us. There's no free safeties. There's a strong safety here. He most likely could fall to us, be tackling. But with the Monty Casey signing, not going to make that pick just yet. Middle linebacker. Now, Jabari Bryant is another guy that could fall to us. So left outside linebacker we get in the second round. I think we should just take the receiver. Or do we go middle linebacker? Jabari Bryant, B block chat. I really don't know. This team is that bad. I'm gonna do it. Let's just take the receiver. He might not be there, so let's just take him. William Anderson. He does have hidden depth. He's 94 acceleration, 94 speed. He is fast, and we got our quarterback and our receiver. So we're good there, and let's go to the other pick. We should be able to get a steal with this pick 1 in the second round. Because the Chiefs get a receiver. And somebody should fall to us, whether it's a linebacker. That safety fell to us. Jabari Bryant did fall. He did fall to us. So, Jason Short, too. Who do we take? Do we take the middle linebacker or the left end? I think we're going to take the left end. Let's take Jason Short. So hidden depth. So we 3 for 3. We basically get our Aiden Hutchinson, our white Jamison Williams, and we get our franchise quarterback. So 3 great picks, 3 for 3. I love it. Could have went middle linebacker, but I mean we signed Nick Kulkowski. Could have went safety, but we signed DeMonte Casey. So Trey Flowers, who we're going to move down the left end, is not going to be here for long. So actually, I think he got cut in real life, but he put up 11 sacks last season. So we decided to keep him for now. Still could get cut or traded. With receiver, don't know. We're going Josh Reynolds, Quintez. We got 4 wide receivers now. St. Brown. And then let's see who falls to us in the third round. Now, there is a strong safety here, but we got Tracy Walker. But B hit power, B man coverage, B kick return, C play rec. He doesn't look that bad. D tackling, though. Kind of holding him back. Cornerback, let's look at Deontay Harden. C press, I don't like the D zone. A stamina, C tackling, though. Deion Johnson, no, don't like him. Let's see if that left outside linebacker fell. No, he didn't. He got taken. I don't know what we should take here. Could use another defensive end. Could go offensive line. Move somebody in the guard. B awareness. B pass block. A pass block finesse. Do we take Dwight Richardson and move him into guard? Taylor Decker, don't know if yeah, let's do it. Let's take, and he has hidden dev. Let's go. 4 for 4. That's what I order every time I go to Wendy's. 4 for 4 when it comes to the draft picks and the hidden dev. Let's go. Dwight Richardson could be a left tackle if we move on from Taylor Decker, or he can slide in the right guard to replace Big V once we get out of that horrible contract. With Big V, I don't think we had a 4th round pick, or was that no, that was our 4th round pick, or our 3rd round pick. I'm not sure, but we have a 5th round pick. Let's try to make it 5 for 5. Let's see if we can find another hidden dev. I'm definitely going to draft that fullback. Don't know if we're going to take him here in the 5th round, though. We could go running back. Not with D ball carrier vision, though. So we got Jelani Graham, B ball carrier vision. He's slow. But, man, we might have to go fullback here. If we don't see any other position that we can upgrade, might have to go fullback. Let's look at this other right end. B tackling, C block shedding. He's 24, kind of old, but he doesn't look bad. Dom Bishop might be the pick. I might take Dom Bishop. And here we go at Madden with this glitching. It's not showing me who this Patrick Yankee guy is, but he looks like an edge rusher. Yeah, we might have to go fullback. Let's look at Kadeem Johnson one more time. C zone. Yeah. So we might have to go fullback just to play it safe. So let's go David Jackson. Should be like a utility fullback, and he does have normal depth. So we don't go 5 for 5, just 4 for 4. But David Jackson out of Alabama should be a starting fullback for us. And then hopefully that D lineman, I forgot if he was a left end or a D tackle. Hopefully he's still there with our 6th round pick. As that Deontay Harden guy's falling, so he must not be good. Glad that we didn't take him. Looks like the D lineman is gone. Let's look at Jamie Newkirk. C finesse moves, 291. C hit power, C awareness, C pursuit, F stamina. Could take him. Still need a linebacker. This guy is B block shedding. C awareness, B injury, C stamina. He actually doesn't look that bad. We might go Eric Kelly. If Chip Otting isn't good, we'll go at the left outside linebacker. This guy doesn't look that bad either. Might just take both of them. We already looked at Kadeem Johnson. He was okay. Actually, he doesn't look that good either. The cornerbacks must not be good. Yeah, he can't tackle. So what we're going to do is we're going to go left outside linebacker first, and then hopefully Chip Otting is still there. So Eric Kelly.
The Vikings are now
He's fast, 91 speed. Middle Tennessee State. And then we should have a 7th round pick. Actually, we don't. Oh, we do at pick 15. There goes Kadeem Johnson, the other right outside linebacker. But we're going to look at the middle linebacker, see if he is still there. He's probably gone, and he is. He's gone. So that cornerback or safety, this guy can't man cover to save his life with that F. Let's look at Devontae Bush. He can't tackle. Can't have a safety that can't tackle.
You said it.
Just I. Let's look at running back. D carrying, so most likely fumble the ball. If we run out of time, we do need a backup tight end. But I'm looking more for a veteran. Let's look at DN. Let's look at Aries Porter. No, a bunch of Fs. Let's look at right end. Kerry Melvin. D's. Double D's. D tackle. Did we look at Newkirk? C finesse. I thought we already looked. I think that's the guy. You know, let's take him. Jamie Newkirk.
The Cardinals on the clock now. What direction will they
Take
go?
him, and that should be our last pick. And let's look at how we did. I think we did good. Our first 4 picks, all hidden devs. It stopped at the fullback, but the fullback should be a good overall. Let's take a look and see how we did. And I do want to see those other 2 quarterbacks, as I thought we were going to be the ones to get normal dev. But look at that. The first 4 picks, all hidden dev. Fullback, almost a 70 with that 6'9". The tackle also a 6'9", but he has hidden dev. We can move him in the guard. And then that left outside linebacker was a 64. 62 from the defensive tackle, so not a bad draft. Quarterback, low overall, though. Thought it would be higher, especially with his age. But 72, but he got that hidden dev. I think he was the best out of the 3 quarterbacks. Throw power is actually, it said it was an 8, but it's only an 86. So he's really kind of like Tua. The receiver, though, 75 overall, he was our best player. So we got him, St. Brown, Josh Reynolds, who had 1,000 yards last season, and Quintez Cephas. So we got 4 receivers plus T.J. Hockenson. So a lot of weapons for Rod Hanks and Jared Goff. We got basically our Aiden Hutchinson in the 2nd round left in. He will be our replacement for Trey Flowers whenever Trey Flowers leaves. We got our replacement for Big V whenever Big V or Taylor Decker leaves. We got our fullback of the future, a decent edge rusher out of Eric Kelly. He's really a power rusher. And then a nice defensive tackle. So let's go ahead and look at those other quarterbacks. They might have higher overalls, but let's see if we made the best decision. I already see McDonald was a 74. How many damn running? 1, 2, 3, 4. five running backs, 70 overall. So it's the year of the running backs. I don't see any quarterbacks. There it goes. Actually, let's do it by position. Make it easier. So we got Hanks. McDonald went to the Vikings to pick after us, 74, and he has hidden dev. So we probably should have went with him. They projected us to take him, but I didn't want to take him. And then Eric Bryan went to the Broncos, and he was the one with the normal dev. So the Vikings, of course, Madden, being Madden, they let the Vikings, who are in our division, get the little bit better quarterback. He's younger. He has a better overall. Same depth chart. He's only 1 year younger, though. But we'll see who has the better quarterback in the next couple of seasons. But 3 wins the first season, number 1 overall pick. We got our franchise quarterback. We got a franchise wide receiver. We got hopefully a franchise left end fullback. So we did good in the draft. A lot of hidden devs. We kept Dan Campbell's job. So that'll wrap it up for part 1 until the next episode.